That'll be something.
Recording in progress.
All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. What shall we say? Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. Yeah, this is the night is the night after Sunday, which was the November 16, 2025. And this is Fight Fire with Truth. This is Fight Fire with Truth. And this is open conversation. Tonight, we're actually on part 16, 17 and 18 of Life of Mikael, question and answer. 17 and 18. I just went through a little bit of information on what happened when my last son came, um, me getting with Tanisha, um, a lot of things within the time of 2012 when me and Tanisha got together, up until we had our child and our child passed, and me having two relationships. I had two relationships, one with Desiree and one with Tanisha. The beginning of me and Tanisha's relationship, Tanisha understood, and I just wanted to reiterate this before I forget, that when me and Tanisha first got together, we grew together first. And then, I was telling her about Desiree, and she understood polygamy. So she didn't mind me when I went to go see Desiree in Alabama. She didn't mind when I went to go see Desiree. And when I went to go see her, Desiree was upset in the beginning, but she dealt with the relationship at first. But she kept trying to sabotage it when Tanisha, she didn't mind. So just to share with you and to share with all women out there, just to let y'all have an understanding when it comes to men. If you really like the man that you're with, and just to share with you, if it comes to a polygamous relationship, and both of you know, because it's not cheating if you know about it. It's not cheating if you know about it. You either accept it or you're going to reject it. But it's not cheating if both parties, if the woman or women, don't make a difference. The women know, but if the man lets the woman know, it's not cheating because you know, and you have not an obligation, but a choice if you want to keep and stay in a relationship with that man, or if you decide that you want to leave. But it all depends on how valuable that man is to you. That's where I see it. So I will tell you this: that when a man has another woman, and if the woman that is all right with it, that really likes, that don't mind the fact and understands the situation in a polygamous relationship, that really draws that man more to that woman. Whether y'all know that or not, it really draws that man, and that man, it's like an attraction that man have, that he have for her, for not allowing but just accepting our way of life is more of an attraction, and the one who is against it is more of a draw away from that person. And I'm telling you by experience. I'm just telling you what I know and what I understand. So by me having two women, and me being with one, with me being with both, and I would go and see the one that I was with on a long distance relationship, who wanted me for that, and the one that I was with, which is Tanisha, who didn't mind me going to see the long distance relationship. It drew me closer to Tanisha. It drew me closer to Tanisha, and it drew me, and I really loved, quote unquote, Desiree. I loved her. I mean, I don't know if it was love, infatuation, or what, but I was really head over heels for her. But it drew me more to Tanisha, by her allowing and accepting the way of life. So that's just someone telling you from my point of view and from facts, from a man's point of view, right? Now, if you ain't been in that position, you probably don't know about it. People love to speak on stuff they don't know, nor do they understand. They like to speak from the outside in. Unless you get in the position to know the understanding, you don't know or understand. And that's no matter what you do. If you ain't been in it, you don't know. So I try not to speak on what I don't know. I speak on what I know, and that's just me. So, like I said, now back to the story. When I ended up in part one, which is I shared a lot about my 2012 when me and Tanisha first got together. Not too long into relationship, actually, I'm seeing her and Desiree. She knew, I told her about it. So, um, not too long into relationship, she got pregnant. In her pregnancy, we was going through things, and you're not going through anything, but we was handling things, going through things, learning each other and building. And like I said, I know she got pregnant around about end of February, about around March, late March, mid March or April, something like that, I believe it was. But she got pregnant around that time. Um, so far down into the relationship, I end up getting depressed. I didn't know and didn't understand why I got depressed, but I ended up just getting depressed. At that point, and I didn't understand it, didn't know. I just, how you just get to the point where you just go in deep, not understanding certain things, and and it wasn't because of the pregnancy or anything like that. Maybe it been because I wasn't getting none too, because I could. After she got pregnant, we couldn't do anything. We just couldn't do it. So that's kind of personal, but it just couldn't do nothing. I don't know why. You know, it wasn't on me. It was just that every time I tried, it hurt her for some reason, and I don't know why. So it is what it is on that. And so throughout the pregnancy, I didn't see. I went to see Desiree maybe once or twice in between that time. But really, we just mostly talked. She called it once in a while because she really was distant because of me and Denisha's relationship. So I don't push nothing. It is what it is, you know. And Tanisha didn't mind me talking to her, but see, negative conversation, I got to put this in here. Negative conversation causes a lot to happen as well. So that's the reason why I try to keep things positive. People don't know negative emotions and negative vibration, anything negative will cause a disruption in your not just relationship, just in your life. If you always negative, nothing good gonna come about. Nothing good will come about. If you try to keep everything positive, talk positive, you'll see a great difference compared to negative. All right. And you got to be on point on things that you're speaking about, meaning that stuff that you know, not stuff you don't know or being hypothetical. You just got to be on point with stuff that you know when it comes to that. All right. Um, on through that, like I said, from that point on, she got pregnant. We end up, no, we went throughout the year. Come around January, um, we went to Virginia. I had a vision I just shared. A vision about mainly the vision was about no tolerance, zero tolerance, should I say? And that was about the future. I know it's talking about the future, and not this future that we're coming into now. So that was that vision was about. We had the baby on the 10th of January. He passed on the 20th. We had the funeral on the 21st, on 23rd. 23rd, we had the funeral. Stayed there for a few more days before coming back to Atlanta. Now we was there for a little while. Um, I think this was around the time my niece come up missing as well. My brother and my sister-in-law, um, their daughter came up missing, and I think this was around right after this, around like in March or April of 2013. Their daughter, my niece, came up missing. Nobody knew how it happened or whatever, but think they think that she got out and she's walking down to go see grandma and grandpa, which is my mother, my biological, my stepfather, shall I say, and she got abducted. Um, a lot of things happened in that, but that was in Mississippi. I was still in Atlanta. A lot of things happened around that time, and then after that, and around that time, I think I was beginning to start dancing, and things like that. And then we started doing shows. Jessica Joy, Asante, and Devon. We started doing shows. Started doing shows around Atlanta, and we started doing big shows, little shows, a lot of shows. We started doing performing and things like that, and that was throughout the rest of 2013. And then I ended up moving from Tanisha, and I was about to tell a vision as well. I seen a vision before I moved, but me and Tanisha we was kind of growing apart. Couldn't have sex, you know. Um, for whatever reason. It's not on her or me. It was just that we couldn't do it. So I believe it was a blockage or a separation going on anyway. But like I said, my mother saw Tanisha. She said, "I saw your wife." When she said that, as I shared, time passed. Right after I had the vision of the three bad things gonna happen and something good was gonna happen. Then after that, my mother, my biological mother, said she had a dream. She saw my wife. She was tall, slim, long hair, and light skinned. Junior and my two youngest children, mother is had long hair, light skinned, but she was short and she was thick. She was average. She wasn't fat. She was average size, meaning that she was kind of little thick, not fat. But she wasn't tall, and she wasn't and she wasn't tall and tall, and she wasn't slim. Put it like that. So now we're traveling around Atlanta doing shows, Smooth Bodies in Motion. Me and Tanisha ended up separating, or we separated. It was kind of separated, but before the separation and after the the pregnancy, after the baby, and after the passing and everything that happened, I remember sleeping and I seen a vision. I remember seeing a silhouette of her laying down and this guy creeping over her, like he crawling on top of her, and I would be laid down or he kissed her. That was a vision that I had, right? Now, at this time, I don't know if anything, I still never knew there was anything going on before, but I did see him one time. We was going out to gardens getting stuff. I met him. Like I said, I know a lot of people a lot of times. But, we separated. I ended up getting my own apartment. This is when I had the group coming over there, and that more people coming over there, and I'm teaching them dance moves, and we start performing. And like I said, you can always go on YouTube and pull up Smooth Bodies in Motion. You may see us performing there, and you can also look on Facebook. There's a group page that we had called Smooth Bodies in Motion as well. You can go in there and check it out on Facebook. Pull it up, and you'll see some of a lot of stuff that I had posted on there when I had my last. But I'm glad that Asante put it up, because if he didn't put that up when they killed my stuff, they probably would have killed they would have erased all my stuff. They cut me out of Facebook 2 or 3 times. And if they'd have cut that out, they probably wouldn't have been able to. You probably won't be able to go and see the group page there. I'm glad Asante set it up. But and so now I'm at my own place in little West End area, and I got my place in West End. Now this is in the latter part of 2013. Now I'm at the latter part of 2013. Or was it beginning? No, it was the latter part of 2013 or beginning of 2004. Now I think it was the latter part of 2013. I stayed there for almost a year. I was there for almost a year. In 2013, I moved into my apartment in West End area, and I'm still doing my thing. Me and Tanisha will see each other off and on. Not see each other and do anything. Like, hey, how you doing? She'll come by, whatever, whatever. Like I said, we was always cool. But now, I'm still seeing a lot of people. I'm just out and about, still doing me, still doing my thing in Atlanta, doing the alkaline water, alkaline tea, and also my drinks. I'm making alkalade, ginger limeade. I was with Tanisha when I started that, because she had the the industrial juicer. She had a champion industrial juicer. So that's what I would use. I would make an alkaloid, ginger limeade, hot and spicy ginger limeade. It was four different kinds I was making. And I branched off to a few more other drinks. But they would love the hot and spicy and the ginger limeade. Some would like the alkaloid because the alkaloid is more like uh, alkaline water and more like lemonade made in alkaline water. But ginger limeade with the alkaline water, uh, ginger alkaloid or ginger limeade with alkaline water, lemons, excuse me, ginger, agave. Then I add the hot and spicy, which is the cayenne pepper. They'll drink it. They'll be like, they couldn't drink it down. They had to sip on it. Ooh, it was hot, but it was good. It's that hot good. You know what I'm saying? When I mean, it was hot. It was so hot you can see the ginger. I mean the cayenne. It was red. Wasn't fiery red, but you can see the ginger and you can see the redness in it. Boy, they would love that. But that was when I had a juicer that I was doing it at that time. But I was making good sales in that, and see what all else happened around that time. Really doing shows at this time. People come performing. I think I ended up renting my room out to one of the dancers. Her name was what was his style? I think our Earth Day was the same day or was close to it. She was close to my Earth Day. It wasn't Yolanda. Yolanda was another girl that came by and performed one time. I actually got a picture of her with my alkaline teas. Her name was Yolanda. But this girl name was start with an M. I can't think. I can't think of it. I can't think. But yeah, we took a lot of different pictures, and I've got this other sister that actually took pictures of us one time too, of other groups and doing different things. So it's coming now. Now it's coming down to the time of August of 2014. Now we're in August of 2014 when the late or latter part of August of 2014 when Akashi, the same one that gave me the reading about, not gave me a reading, but read up on me about Tanisha, she the same one. She was in Detroit at the time. She said, you how did she tell me? She said, they need your waters and teas up here in Detroit. They need your waters and teas up here in Detroit. And I was like, MM the One. What's going on, MM the One? Glad you're here on YouTube Live. She said, they need your waters up here in Detroit. They need your waters up here in Detroit. And she was hanging out at this place over here on 7 Mile and right near her name was Dr. Kiefer, right near the water station. She was hanging out there near the water station, right? Denzel, what's going on, Denzel? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Good to see you, Denzel. Good to see you. Glad you chimed in. Yeah, she was over at the spot. She was telling me about that. When I got here, I went to visit the area over there near the water station. And like I was saying, is that she said they need your waters up here in Detroit. This around mid-August, mid or late August when she called me. And I said, okay, because I had already, no, she said that because by her giving me the almost, she was like gave me the understanding of she read me or whatever she did. She gave me some understanding before when I got with Tanisha. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna check that out. So I made plans and I called my daughter. I said, Michael, I told my daughter, I said, I'm thinking about coming up there for about a month. If it's all right if I stay with you when I come up that way, and she said, yeah, daddy, yeah, it's all right, what up? So I made plans to go and visit, right? That was because I like to get confirmation before I make a move. So that was late or the end of August. Now, I don't know if there's anything else that happened between this time, but now come I'm in my apartment. Now comes I'm in November is coming up. It's the end of August, beginning of November. I used to have practice over at my apartment. And then people come by, and then Netter and my boy Maurice. Yeah. Maurice and Netter will come by, and we would play cards. Me, Asante, Netter, and Maurice would play cards. We play spades, or I don't know if we playing domino or not, or spades. But Netter, me and Netter, me and Netter, boy, we be going at it, but here and there. But at one point, Netter was in the spirit. Now we in the beginning of November, because I put me going out there, going to Atlanta, coming to Detroit for quote unquote Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving around that time, I plan on coming to Detroit. So I'm um I'm this is around the beginning of November, and this Netter is in the spirit. He like, he like, and I'm seeing him in the spirit, like, ha. I said, how many children do you got? I said, I got 6 children. He said, no. How many girls do you have? How many girls do you have? He was in the spirit. Spirit was like I could see that I seen it because I understood because I've been there before. He said, how many girls you got? I said, I got 3. He said, where they at? Where he was just in. He was like, where they at? I said, I got 2 in Detroit. I got one in California. He said, the girls in Detroit, they all right. The one in California needs wait, hold. The one in California, Detroit, he said the one in California needs you. But before he said how old are they? I think my girls was 23 and 25 at the time. And I think Natasia was 12. That was my youngest one. She was 12. And he said, well, the ones in Detroit, they're good. The one in California, she needs. You said, wait, hold, wait. The one in California, she all right. She gonna be all right. Your good daughters in Detroit, they need you, right? I said, oh, okay. He said, oh yeah, and the woman you're gonna meet her in Detroit, and she gonna be with you. The woman you meet, you're gonna meet her in Detroit, and she gonna be with you. Then he said, and also God got big plans for you. So that was the second time that was told to me, God got big plans for me. The first time it was told to me in a vision in '98, and I shared that earlier in time past in the earlier videos. But this was the second time that was said to me. The first time it was in the vision. The second time was in the spirit. He was in the spirit. The third time it was physical. It was physically told to me the third time. That was in 2018. So now, okay, now my daughter don't know I'm coming to move. Now I'm getting set. Now I'm getting storage ready. I'm getting everything ready. I'm getting preparing and getting myself together to go to move, because I was already doing at this time. Matter of fact, since 2012, I don't think 2011. I might have been doing it in 2011, but definitely in 2002. Maybe in 2011, but definitely in 2012, I was doing banquet serving. I was banquet serving, being a server. So I was banquet serving since 2012. I know. I could have been doing it. I could have been doing it in 2011 at the same time, but I was definitely doing that as well. And when I'm doing that, I was doing it on my own time. So anytime they call me or text me and ask me, excuse me, if I want to work, it was up to me to say yes or no. You know. So, and I like that. That's when I really like. I said, okay, but I hadn't worked a 9 to 5. I can't remember the last time I worked a 9 to 5. I can't remember the last time. If anything, that might have been back in 2008, 2009. And in 2008, I remember the big. I ain't gonna call it depression, but something was going on then. I really didn't know too much about, because I was still doing my waters and teas. I may have been doing something then. I don't remember, but it's been a long time since I did a 9 to 5. But or a job clocking in. No, because I clocked in for that, but that was on my own time when I was doing it for banquet serving, which is being a server. So so when he told me that he said that this was around the beginning of November, end of October, beginning of November. He said your daughters need you. The woman you meet, you're gonna meet her in Detroit, and she's gonna be with you. And God got big plans for you, right? So now I'm like, okay, bam. Now I'm setting up, getting ready to move back to Detroit. My daughter don't know I'm moving because I told her I'm coming for a month, right? I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking it's gonna move fast. Okay, now I'm gonna move to Detroit. I'm gonna get a banquet serving job because you can get a banquet serving job easy. Banquet serving. You know, I don't know how it is today because I haven't done it in a while. But you can do it easy. You got a lot of banquets that people you can go and get a job like that. But um, my mind was I'm gonna get a banquet serving job, get set up, uh, move my daughter, give her for about a month, save up some money, get my own place. That was my plan. It didn't happen like that, but that was my plan. And she didn't know I was moving. So before I left, I put all my stuff up in storage, came to Detroit. Now we back home. Now I'm back home. This is the end of November. Now I'm back home for quote unquote Thanksgiving, 2014. So now I'm back home. Now I'm staying with my daughter, right? I'm staying with my daughter. And we out in Clinton Township. So she been out there for a while. She been out there for some years. So I'm staying with her. I got a room with her, you know, building time because now, I haven't been around my children. I've seen them a couple of times. I've been coming back home and going back and forth while I was in Atlanta, going back and forth. When I see my boy Matt, spend time with my daughters and then go back to Atlanta. But I haven't been home. I left in '93, came back the end of left the beginning of '93, came back the end of 2014. Right. That's a long time gone. My daughters grew up. Try to keep in contact with them, but thankful that my oldest daughter, her grandmother reminded or told her about me so she can have a better thoughts of who I was because their mother was poisoning them from me. You know, how y'all know how things was. It's getting better in this day and time because men are beginning to stand up. But y'all knew how we men, all the stuff we went through, and I didn't even want to leave. But you know, I believe that this whole journey was meant for me to go through. So now I'm back in Detroit. 22 years, I like to say 22 and a half years, but 22 years, I believe, altogether. I believe. I just counted up like that. 22 years I've been gone. Now I'm back home, staying with my daughter. Now I'm trying to help and this and that. And now they mothered and poisoned and told them all kinds of things about me and this and that and what I did and the type of person I am and, you know, whatever she told them, not knowing that I sent them all kind of stuff from Europe when I was in Europe, sending toys, clothes, blankets, uh, doll houses, swings, uh, uh, um, what you call water guns, all kind. I even sent my daughter, one of my daughters, a doll house, and I also sent my daughter call it one of them cars, the battery operated cars. Sent that from Germany. I sent all kinds of stuff. And do you know the mother took the credit? She took the credit and said that I never dated. They said you did that. When I finally had a chance to sit down and talk to him, yeah, I said I sent you all kind of stuff. You did. They were shocked. They didn't even know that I was sending that stuff to them. I was like, man. The wickedness, though, bro. You can really think of how wicked people can be. Some people, I'm not talking about all people. Some people can be wicked. So trying to keep in contact with them, trying to build a rapport with them, and the mother got me one day. She pulled that, and really she didn't. It was the fact that she over my daughter's house. They trying to go to a graduation or something like that, and I'm trying to help them out. I got my phone. I'm trying to help them on GPS, trying to get to where they're going or whatever they're trying to get. And then she snatched my phone. I get up and said, "Girl," and my daughter said, I said, "Do that." I was like, man, boy, like she got terrified. Like, man, what they said was true. That way she looked. What she been saying is true because she knew how to put. She triggered me in front of them on purpose, knowing what she was doing. She good at smart mouth and she got that slick tongue and she knew how to pull. She pulled me out right then. I ain't try to do nothing to her. It was just that, girl, would you sit up there? I'm trying to help you and I'm trying to help, and all she trying to do is prove to them something. And I'm like, so my daughter. Then that right there is like whatever rapport, it like it went all the way back down to the ground. So I had to real build that back up. Still kind of today almost, but um one of the acquaintances, well, two of them actually, where I kind of grew up dancing with. I call them acquaintances now because one of them don't act like a friend, you know, because I won't bow to his, I won't bend to his like everybody bow to him. I don't do that. He just actually he moved up since I was gone. It was me, Matt Peabody, and Kedia started the group. We started the group. Everybody else came along. And this brother, I ain't gonna say no name, but this brother right here, he's supposed to be the man in the group now. They the group, I've been gone, they still want me to dance with them though, because they know my dancing ability. They still would like for me to dance with them, but then want to use me, my talent, I ain't saying I'm all that, but they want to use my talent and use me, but then I'm telling them, check this out. I remember when they wanted me to get with the group. I said, well, I got a group in Atlanta too, so I'm trying to set up. I remember I was trying to set up something called um, the Detroit Atlanta or Atlanta Detroit connection. I was trying to set something up. That's what I was trying to do. The Atlanta Detroit connection, where I get with the Unstoppables, which was their name. They're not together anymore. The Unstoppable Dancers, and I had Smooth Eyes in Motion. I was going to try to connect Unstoppables and try to build with them and move them, have them come in Atlanta, and we'd be doing shows in Atlanta and doing shows in Detroit. Smooth Eyes in Motion was still under me because we had set up shows before I left. So I was still going back and forth from Atlanta to Detroit, from Atlanta to Detroit. I'm still going back at least 2 to 3 times a year. That's what I was doing. And we would get together and chill out in Atlanta when I would go back. But when I was staying back, I was back home in Detroit. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I'm getting with them, and they trying to tell me, well, well, suppose, I said, well, I still got a group in Detroit. Really, we're more like friends in Atlanta, but we get together, we dance, but we're more friends than really a group. So in Detroit, we're more a group and friends at that time, because we was like brothers and we like brothers. We did everything together in Detroit back when I was coming up. But now everybody got families, so they still the group, but they still friends. But the ones in Atlanta, they're friends of mine, and we was a group, but we was more friends than a group. 'Cause we did a lot of stuff together, but we was more friends than we was a real dance group, right? So, but the ones in Detroit would be more of a group and family, if you understand what I'm saying. So they trying to pull me in with them, and they like, well, that's a conflict of interest. I said, what's a conflict of interest? Well, you dancing with us and you dance with another group. I said, how is that a conflict of interest? Well, suppose we got a show at the same time. I said, that'll be up to me. I'm the one who's over that group down there. How we gonna have a show at the same time? But the whole thing was people try to talk and try to think you know how people try to be slick and talk and stuff and think you're stupid? I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they want to control. Someone wants to control you, so they don't try to talk to you and say, well, that'd be a conflict of interest. And from that point on, the one that I told you that's supposed to be the leader, I ain't giving no names. The one that's supposed to be the leader, his disdain really just kind of like, because I stood my ground. You know what I'm saying? I stood my ground. I don't let nobody rule me, dog me, think they're going to try to belittle me. They ain't belittle me, but they try to belittle my mindset, I believe. Try to talk to me like I'm dumb, and not talk to me like I'm dumb, but the way you would think that the conversation went, it would be presentable, and it would be, I just see a lot of selfishness. I put it like that. It was selfish. You want me to get with you and just forget everything I'm doing. You don't know what I'm built and put together down there. So you want me to just get with y'all, and that's what it is. And what selfishness. You see what I'm saying? Selfishness. So, and there's a lot more than that I seen that I don't speak on. There's a lot more of that than I seen that I didn't speak on. But the whole point on is that when a person is selfish, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? And and it's controlling. They want to be controlled. I don't let nobody control me. Only person control me is the Creator. That's the only one. And He control me. I do His words, His laws, His will. That's it. Ain't nobody controlling me. Who try to tell me what I can and can't? Who think you is? I'm a man. Been places, done that, traveled. So, mainly it was just more like it was more like more standoffish from that point. So, now I will say one of the brothers in the group, he kept in contact with me. But I would say both of these two, the brother I'm about to say, I call Lil Mike. He kept in contact. He still keep in contact, call me every so often now, But the other brother, when we was really connected when I got back, Oh, my baby. Say, hey, Dad. Love you, sending love. My baby Kadena. Dad, what story are you telling? You're getting off track. She ain't here. I ain't see her. I'm telling my story, baby. I'm telling my life story. If you look up there, you'll see the number that's up top. Oh, that's Kadena. That's my second oldest baby. Oh, my baby came on and said she loved me. I love you too, baby. Miss you. Ain't seen you in a minute. Let me see. First, say, oh yeah, she joined. My baby. That's my oldest baby. I ain't seen her nowhere. My second oldest baby. Ain't seen her in a minute. But as I was saying, is that one thing that they told me, both of them, Lil Mike and the acquaintance, he told me, he said, they both said, well, don't put the horse in front of the cart. Don't put the cart in front of the horse. Take your time. You got to get, because I was telling them how I'm trying to get close and get into my children's life, even though I'm with them. It was like, he said, yeah, you got to get your own place. And once you get your own place, once you get your this and that, they was telling me what right. Get your place, get your job, get you a place, get you a woman, and everything he said was right on point. But sometimes when you're just trying to rush to get what you want, trying to get to know your children, trying to get the love back, and trying to do so much. I'm just getting back. It's like when you just waking up or somebody throw cold water on you, waking them out of sleep. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do, trying to get my life together. You know what I'm saying? So now I didn't start. I got a banquet position. I got a banquet job, right? I got that. I got a banquet job. I started doing that. I'm doing that around town, going different places. So I started doing that. I'm still staying with my oldest girl, Michael. Still staying with her. So but I'm still going back to Atlanta, going to Detroit. Back to Atlanta, to Detroit. Now, hang with my people there and come here. Now, I'm not really with the Unstoppables, but now I'm doing shows with them. Putting money in. Now we're doing shows together. It wasn't really what I expected, but you know, we do a little something. You know, had a little crowd come in, what have you. They had gained a big name here in Detroit since I've been gone. The Unstoppable. They gained a big name and notoriety here in Detroit, Michigan, while I was gone, while I was on my hiatus, or while I was touring or traveling, or when I was gone for the 22. I'd say 22 and a half, however many years it was. But now I'm back. I'm now I'm banquet serving, doing what I'm doing. Now, at the end of 2000, I'm going back and forth. I'm being back and forth to Atlanta 2 or 3 times from 2014, now it's 2015. Back to Atlanta, back to Detroit, back to Atlanta, back to Detroit. Going, and then now it's coming to, like, I went to Atlanta and I was on my boy Atune house, right? He was really heavy into the Moorish way of life, to the Moors. He was really heavy into Moors, right? Matter of fact, me and him was going to get together and we was going to make another after I did this with Calvin, and then he kind of slipped everything from me. Me and him got together. And I was going to do one called Paperwork First, you know, and me and him was going to get, because he learned and he knew the paper, you know, the information pretty good. I was still learning at that time. That was back in, this is like 2000. Yeah, 2009. It's in 2010. I had panel of the Moorish Society. This is like 2012, 2013 as well. No, not 2013. It was like about 2012 or something like that. But when I would come and visit him back, when I came to visit him, this was like the end of 2000, going into the end of 2015. It was like in November of 2015. So coming back and forth, going back to the Atlanta and Detroit. Now I'm over at Tune's house, right? And me and Atune talking. Then my boy, my man Edwin Wilson, Elder, used to come to both of them used to come to my Sarvin classes, right? Back in 2009, in 2009 into 2010. Now Edwin called me, and I'm over, and this is over there. How was it? Count. It's the main road over there on the west side, but I can't think of the name right now. Start with a C, not Continental or whatever. Continental, is it Continental? Something like that. But he was staying over that way, and Edwin called me and he told me, Juice, man, you gotta, this Dr. Henderson, man, this index, you gotta get index, man, you gotta get index, man, indexing, man. You know, I got stopped by the cops, and the cops just told me to have a nice day. I'm out here in Tennessee, you know, he got land a place in Tennessee. He's an elder now. He's older. He's an older man. You know, he's older than me, about maybe 10, 15 years, maybe, I don't know, but he's maybe. But he said, yeah, man, you gotta get indexed, man. Yeah, man, I got stopped by the cops and they just told me to have a nice day. I said, really? I said, okay. Didn't take it too serious. Didn't say I didn't pay attention, because I don't put down things, but I take my time when I like confirmation. Father give me confirmation or something. So he called me a couple more times. Now that was the end of 2015. He didn't call me oh man. Now he called me 2 or 3 times. No, you gotta get indexed, man. You ought to check this indexing out, man. Dr. Henderson and this, that. So and then he sent me information. So I started reading up on it a little bit, checking out a little bit, trying to see what he talking about. Yeah, man, this indexing is it. Index, man, you gotta get indexed. You gotta get indexed. I'm like, okay. I'll see about I'll check it out. This is 2015. Now we're going into 2016. I'm back in Detroit. He called me a few more times. Man, you gotta get index, man. You ought to get index, man. You ought to come on down. And this and that. Dr. Henderson, this and that about Dr. Henderson. And he gave me, like I said, I did my research. I started understanding the little bit he gave me and getting more information, right? Now, all this time, when I was learning the more, not the more, but the information. See, a lot of people put more and the solving information together. More is a people that taught the Caucasian what they have, and that people got to separate the knowledge. They put it together and don't realize it's separate things, but coincide together. So this is what I'm telling you on what but this is what I come to understand at this time. But when you say more, you just think about sovereign. You're sovereign when you're free. That's what sovereign means. But yeah, but you kept telling me this and that. So now I'm in Detroit. You tell me this and this again. So now this is around January. Now it's Queen Mother. This is January 2016. Queen Mother that I knew, beautiful woman that I knew, elder. I ended up running to her when I was now I'm over my great. I'm staying with my auntie. At this time, I'm staying with my auntie because I didn't move with my daughter. Now, I'm still with my daughter. Matter of fact, I think I was over my auntie house. 'Cause my auntie asked me to come over there for a little while or what have you. Because I remember being over there because I used to go to what's this woman's name? She used to have a place right off Woodward near between Highland and Glendale. Between Highland and Glendale, she had a place off Woodward. I can't even think of her name right. Not Lucy. Her name Lucy. Was it Lucy? I don't know if her name was Lucy or something like that. But she had a place off Woodward between Highland and Glendale. And I would go up there all the time because they would have what they call it, open mics. So I happened to going up there and I seen her, I was Queen Mother outside. I said, "Hey Queen Mother, how you doing?" She said, "Hey, I'm doing all right. I just come from getting index." I said, "What?" I just come from getting index. So when she said that, it was bing. I said, "Okay, all right, now, something is going on now." Everyone been talking to me about it. Now she tell me she just got indexed, and that's what everyone been talking about. Let me go ahead and really get into this. Now everything start coming to me. The plane trip, the made a plane reservation came to me simple. Uh, got a hotel where everybody supposed to be at, came to me simple. Everything started falling in line. I said, "This is my confirmation. I'm supposed to be going out here to Texas to get indexed, right?" So now the indexing, this is where we are now. The point about indexing. So Edwin telling me about indexing in the 2015 into 2016. Queen Mother tell me she just went and got indexed. Now I'm finding out more information about it. I went and got my plane ticket. Well, not went and got it. I ordered my plane ticket online. Everything I did online to get together. Next thing you know, oh yeah, I gotta tell y'all something that's coming up. Some more stuff that I'm about to share with you. So now, um, I get my plane ticket and everything set up. Now we're in February. February, I ended up going out to Dallas, flying out to Dallas. Get out to Dallas. Um, I don't know. I was staying with my auntie for some reason at this time. I wasn't staying with her. I think I was just over there because when I came back home, even if either I was staying there and I went back to visit my daughter after I got back, because there's a reason why I'm about to tell you this. And this is what my wife saw me for the first time, and the information I was sharing. Um, flew out to Dallas, had a good time there, got to know everybody, got to meet. I did meet Dr. Henderson. He had a mask on though. Had met Dr. Henderson, met Shelley Bolin, the administrator. Made a lot of friends out there. Got a lot of numbers. Shared my alkaline water. Filled up a 5-gallon tank. Put it up there for everybody to drink the alkaline water. Filled the alkaline water. I'll keep my machine with me everywhere I go. Went out there on that. Just made a lot of friends, got numbers, met people that across the country, and then was there for 2 or 3 days, came back home. Actually got my first card there too. Was my first card. Nobody was supposed to know about it, but I ended up getting my first card there. And the brother that made it, his name was Al Malik. Let me see if I got it in here. No, I think I've shared it already too, many few times. Let's see if I got it right here. I thought I had it sitting right here because I put some stuff in here coming up. Oh, it's not right here then. Well, I usually have it in my wallet, but I took it out purposely. All right, so I don't have it right here. Must be on one of my other, because we moved some, as you can see, we're moving upstairs. This is our new office. So we up here in the upstairs room, as you can see. So we making this our new office. So it's not here. It must be in one of my other boxes that I have up here. But my first card that I got that I had and had that for a while when I was out there. From there, I had it from that point on into here into now. So now I'm back. No, now I ain't back yet. I'm there for a few days because I want to share this with you. I think the second, or it wasn't the third day, about the second day or second night, Dr. Henderson came up and visited us. It was a group of us in the hotel room, right? In the hotel room. Dr. Henderson came up, him and a couple of people came up. They visited, and he had like about maybe a 2 hour conversation. We sat down, talked about the scriptures, excuse me, talk about things going on, what was happening, the things to happen, and things, from things that he was sharing and stuff like that. So we all had a conversation, nice conversation, or what have you. He was, like I say, he was there for about 2 hours. We all talked. That was my first and only time actually seeing him, you know. Excuse me. First and only time seeing him. Twice. He was there at the at the meeting, writing everybody's name in the book of life and everything. And then he came up into the room later on that night or the next following day where we was at. Now, the ironic thing is this. Um, the ironic thing is this. About maybe 20 to 30 minutes after he leave, I get a phone call from a young lady. I'm saying young lady. From a lady. It was a lady, actually. Lady that I met at Myers. I met her at a Myers. This is like Myers' grocery store here in Detroit. At a Myers that and it was like I was walking and I seen her. You know how you see somebody but you don't. So I seen her, and then I walked. Then I ended up walking down. I don't know if I came down that way. I walked down another area, but I ended up just speaking to her. Me and her had a conversation. It was like it was meant for me to talk to her. It was meant for me to talk to her, right? I'm not gonna say no names, but it was meant for me to talk to this woman at this time. So now I got to meet her, got a number, so we just connected. No trying to talk to each other like that. Like I said, I meet people all the time. I talk to people. So we talk, connected, talk, and just have just a conversation. So this was before, long before I came to, but I was staying with my auntie at the time. So it was over the Myers over in off Woodward, and 8 Mile is the Myers I was at when I met her. So I was in Highland Park at the time, staying with my auntie when I went to Myers when I met this lady. I'm sharing this because now this was early, maybe a month, weeks or a month. It wasn't a long time because we didn't know each other that good, but maybe a few weeks or maybe a month and a half within the time that I met her. Now, after about 2 hours, about 20 minutes after Dr. Henderson left, she calls me. Now, it's late. It's like about Okay, our time is like about 11, 12 o'clock. Now in Detroit, it might have been 1 or 2 because they're about 2 hours. Texas, I believe there might be an hour or 2 hours. I know we're an hour ahead of Mississippi, so maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours in Texas. I don't know. We're in Dallas, Texas. But she called me, and I'm thinking it's kind of late for her to call me. Whatever, this late. Ain't like that. But she just called me, and y'all, I'm about to go through a story and tell y'all some stuff right now. So, and I'm about to give you the understanding to what happened. Not understanding, but I'm about to tell you a story. And this is really what happened. You know, what happened was this. I'm talking to the lady. We're having a conversation. And, everybody's in there still talking after Dr. Henson left. So I just went out in the hallway. So I went out in the hallway. It was like a little couch down there. I went down the hallway. I said, me and her just conversation. She was like, just conversation. She just started talking. And, um, she must have been going through something, but she was just talking. Next thing you know, her voice started rumbling. I'm like, I started getting chill, like, what's going on? I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on? It was a demonic, what's going on? Serious. Serious. I'm telling y'all, serious. I was shocked. I was shocked. This the second time I faced something like this, but this was over the phone, and I never heard nobody voice come out like this. I don't know if I shared with y'all when I was in Atlanta. This happened with a young lady's son that I knew for 18 years. I think I shared that in time past, but now this woman, I'm like, whoa, I get kind of nervous. So I went on so I go inside. I see, yeah, listen to this. So I'm talking to her, and she come in and she come out. She come in and she come out. So I'm talking to her, and I go back. She start. So I went in. I said, y'all listen to this. I put that mug on speaker. They hear it. Everybody looking. So this brother named Paul, he was supposed to be a disciple of Dr. Henderson, right? So Paul, he took the phone. He started talking to her in another language. He just started talking to the demonic spirit. He was talking to it, and then they were like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Next thing you know, you heard her say, "Oh, I feel good." It was like he talked the demon, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but it was shocking. I'm telling you from experience. It was shocking to me to sit up and see this. This woman over the phone, and he talking, he communicating, and it was like he was talking in whatever spirit he was talking was, and the spirit got out of her. And she's like, "Oh, I feel good. I feel light. I feel light. I feel good." That's what she was saying over the phone. I said, "You all right?" She said, "Yeah, I feel good. What's going on? What's going on?" It said, "It looks dark in here. It's dark in here." That's what she said. It's dark. Then she said, "Ah!" She said, "I seen these red lights, these red eyeballs looking at me. These red eyeballs looking at me." She said, but before that, she said the room was dark, and she said the darkness was over the television. She couldn't see the television. It looked like a dark film was over the television. The whole room was dark. Then she happened to look up. She seen these red eyeballs looking at her. Then next thing you know, she started talking like that again. So he talked back to her, and they both going back and forth again. Then I guess it got out of her, and I guess it left. I guess the spirit, I don't know what, but it was shocking to me. I was shocked to see it, not to see it, to see it and hear it. To see him get on and he started talking, and boy, that was something. Still shocking me today. But people do get demonically possessed, but that was something. So after that, I recorded it though. I recorded it off on the phone that I had at the time, but I recorded it. I don't know if I had two phones or if I just push recorded at the time while all this was going on. So Mine came to me today to call somebody. So after that, that was just an experience that me and everybody in the room experienced that night, right? So after that, I think we stayed a day or two. We was there for the weekend, so it wasn't a day or two. So we was there for the weekend. After that, and they're coming back home. On my way home, now it felt like all that knowledge about the being sovereign, all that knowledge is whatever I did know. It like it poured into me after getting indexed. It like it poured into me. So now I'm at the airport. I'm like, I'm talking to a couple people. I said, yeah, we just did this getting indexed, and I started talking about being a product. He said, we like a product. You like a barcode. Just like if you are you're a product. And this is what I did. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I shared this with somebody when I was at the airport. I went from Dallas. I think I went to Houston. Went to Houston to Detroit. I think that's how I went. But I made it back home. Then when I made it back home, I actually shared that I think to two people while I was out because they poured into me. Then when I got home, I ended up going back to my daughter's house, and this is why I made "You Are a Product." Actually, and it's in my Instagram, but you have to go way down into my history to see it. Way down because this is way back near the beginning, practically near the beginning of my Instagram. But excuse me. What I shared was this. You are a product. And I actually put it on Facebook. So it's one of my ex-Facebook pages. I said, you are a product. And I started breaking it down. I had all white on. I had my white, look at that. I had my white t-shirt on with my logo. My Choose Life logo. Yeah, I haven't seen it. That's my logo. I had all white with that logo on it, right? And I was breaking down. I called it "You Are a Product." And what I was saying is, just imagine if it's a store, right? The store has shelves. The shelves has product on it, right? And each product has a barcode. Each product has a barcode, and each barcode has all the information about you, or not you, about the product in it, right? And how many products it is, or what have you. So I said, and I just let him know, I said, you are a product. I said, your birth certificate is your barcode. No, I said your birth certificate and your social security card and your ID card is your barcode. This is how they know. I said they know your birth certificate, your ID card, and within those numbers, they have your all your information from the womb to the tomb. All your information is in that barcode. I said you are a product. And I said imagine United States being four walls. United States being the store, and each person is a product in that store. I've got how I broke it down, but that's how I mainly broke it down. And Joanne told me, she said that's the first time she said it was interesting the way I broke it down. She said that really caught her attention. That caught her attention. When she first saw me do that. We wasn't nowhere even in each other's eyesight at the time, but she saw me on Facebook when I did that. Right? That was in 2016. After I made it back from getting indexed, right? So, like I said, it just poured into me. So, and now I'm back on the knowledge information. Always been on it, but I'm getting more serious and getting more into it, and I get more in tune. So now, learning this, building, and just learning more information. So now it's 2016, and I'm building, and now I'm banquet serving again. Now I'm back banquet serving and everything as well. I'm just living life in 2016. I don't know what happened in 2017, what I may have done, but I'm just living life. Now come we doing show. Remember I said with the group, we doing show. I'm doing show with them. I'm not really dancing with them because they separate. Unstoppable Dancers and Unstoppable Entertainment. Two separate things. Unstoppable Entertainment and Unstoppable Dancers is the dance group. Unstoppable Entertainment is the entertainment company. I'm Juice Productions. That's my entertainment company. And Smooth Bodies in Motion is my group that I have in Atlanta. So when we do shows, they put Unstoppable Entertainment and Juice Productions when we would do our shows or whatever together, right? So, it went the way it went. We did a few things together. It was all right. Um, but Lil Mike, he started keeping in contact with me after I think it was after I got my place, after I got my first place. And I didn't get my first place until 2000, was it 16 or 17? No, it was after my father passed. Cause my father, he passed in 2017. He got his apartment in 2016. I moved in with my father. And that was May. See, everything's coming around. Cause I was staying with my auntie. First, I was staying with my cousin Kevin for a minute. I was staying with my cousin Kevin when I went to go be flown to go do my indexing. That's what it was. Cause my daughter, sure did. Cause I was going, yeah, I don't know, I was gonna grab my daughter by the throat. And she, you know how sometimes she didn't know it. But I was gonna get it because some people can disrespect you and they may not know it and then they may know it. But the fact is it was something going on and she was with her second child's getting to know her uh uh um second child's father. And I was in the room and I'm hearing this noise going on out there, and I'm like, so I stick my head out the door. She stick her head out the bathroom, so we right here. And then I'm like, well, what's going on? What's happening? And she gonna look at it and she gonna say, shut my door. Boy, when she said that, man, I felt that was disrespectful. I don't care who you my child. I almost lost it. I looked at her. I shut that door, and when I was in that room, I was living in that room. I wanted to go out there and grab her, but I said, no, I gotta get out of here. That's when I moved from there. I told my cousin Kevin, and I moved with him, right? So I was moving with him at this time. So I was with him when I went to go get indexed. But I was with and then after I got indexed, I was with them for so long that I moved with my auntie. And then because I don't know if I moved with her twice, or I just stayed with her for a minute because she liked it for me to help her out with stuff. So, which is Butch and Joe's mother. Butch is when I went their mother. I stayed with her for a minute because sometimes she wanted me to come and just do stuff around the house. So that might have been why I was with her when I ran into Queen Mother. I might have been with her staying at the house for a few days, whatever, because I was helping her around the house doing some type of chores or fixing something up, the roof or the building or whatever it was. That's probably why I was there at that time when I ran into Queen Mother. But I was staying with Kevin. Yep, I was staying with Kevin at the time. And when I made the move, when I went to Texas. Then when I came back, I was out there with her to visit my daughter's house when I made that video. You are a product. So I went out to my daughter's house to visit when I seen them at that time. So that's what it was. I'm looking at everything going on. So my cousin Kevin is who I was staying with at the time when I went to go get index. Then after that, I ended up staying with my auntie before I got my apartment. And when I got my first apartment, I was there. I was there, and I was there as well as that's when my brother, let's say my daddy, got his place in May of 2016. I stayed with him until he passed, which was a year, which is in 2017. May of 2017 is when he passed. You know, my daughters and my grandbabies came to the funeral, what have you. They came to the funeral and the repast. Um, and then from there, that's when I end up getting my own place. No, from Daddy, I think from Daddy, I moved with my auntie Pat, and then from Pat, I ended up getting my own place. After I got my own place from there, um, while I was there, this was my brother Matt and his wife got together. And I'm coming to around to the end of everything. Matthew and his wife got together. After Matthew and his wife got together, well, they was already together, but they was getting married. Matter of fact, their marriage was June 15th, 2017. June 15th was 2017. June 15th, 2017 is when they got married. Now, in between that time when we was getting to when I was one of the best men. I think he had the whole group as best man, but me and Matthew, even though we was good friends, we was more like brothers than friends. So we've always kept in contact. He was my best friend, but he was like a brother to me as well. So we always called each other brothers. His mama is like my mama. You know what I'm saying? So me and Matt, I got Matt started doing banquet serving and things as well. Matthew started doing banquet serving with me, and then in the process in their marriage, we started doing how you go down and doing the arrangements and everything for the wedding. Now me and Joanne is beginning to we ain't even begin to do anything. Um, what happened was around the time of the wedding, getting everything together. Um, she I ended up having the bouquet, and I was just looking at it. But she took a picture of me looking at the bouquet because it had all kind of sparkly things. I was just looking at it. She took a picture of me like that. I said, "Don't show that to nobody," But after that, I think what it was that what got me and her together, what it was is this. Her sister said, "Joanne like you." I said, "What?" "Joanne like you." I said, "You just talk." "Joanne like." I said, "Okay, well, we'll see." I didn't pursue her, nothing like that. I think that same day or a time later, she said Joanne wanted to, because Joanne liked my alkaline water when she first back in 2008, 2008 2009, when I bring my machine up and I visit up here and I was staying with Matt at the time. She took me to go visit their family, and I did the demonstration and everything, and she started getting the water for me then, but I was gone. But I came back, she started getting the water from me. So she got 3 gallons from me, and but she said that I hugged her money out of her because she's gonna get 1 gallon. But I told her, well, at that time it was one for I think at that time it was 1 for 5, 3 for 10. At that time COVID, before COVID, before everything went up. So I said 1 for 5, 3 for 10. So she ended up getting one. I said okay, and I gave her a hug. I said she went ahead and got the other two. She only had $10 or $15 on her, but she got the other two. And I don't know if it was at that time. I don't know if it was at that time when Bettina said Joanne like you, or she said it before or after that. I don't remember. But she said Joanne like you. I said really? Didn't pursue it, whatever. Went through with the the marriage ceremony. Everything happened. Everything went through. We took pictures and everything. So now, either the night of the wedding, either the night of the wedding, or mm, it was the night of the wedding, or it was something. Not the night of the wedding. I just know me and Joanne would have a little conversation here and there, and I would tell you we would get on. I think at this time we was getting on the Bible, or we was talking outside. I mean, we was talking outside at Matthew and Bettina house. Me and Joanne was out there talking. So we out there talking, and Matt said, "Mike, how that gonna work? Say you Muslim, Joanne Christian. That ain't gonna work. Whatever." And he didn't know me and her was already beginning to kind of connect a little bit. He didn't know. Well, we were just getting to connect. If that was the beginning of me and her beginning to start connecting. So me and her would have conversations. I don't think we talk over the phone much, but we probably will. But then I tell her I have dance classes. So now I'm doing dance classes at um, my boy Strings. My boy Strings, he had a studio that he'd been doing for years, back since 2005 when I came and visited, and I remember seeing that's why he the first one told me about jalapenos and on the pizza, jalapeno and pineapple and jalapeno, sweet and hot, you know, on the pizza. And I've been getting mine like that ever since. I liked it, when I got a pizza. But yeah, my boy Strings, what was his name? Hardcore Detroit. Y'all can look up Hardcore Detroit as well and check that out. My boy Strings, cool brother, tall, break dance, jit and everything. His name, they call him Strings, right? So now I'm there doing dance. I'm doing my little dance class in a little area in his room, in this place. And she's coming and she said she wanted to try to lose a little weight and stuff like that. I said, you come my dance class, you'll lose some weight, but and get in shape. So she was coming. It was helping me. It was helping her. We would start talking every once in a while. Some people would come, sometimes people wouldn't. But she was dedicated. She came all the time. Then me and her would have conversations afterwards sometime. She asked me questions and we'd talk. Not ask questions, we just have conversation. I said, well, this and that is in the Bible. And no, it ain't. I said, yes, it is. No, it ain't. Yes, it is. Where's that? And I tell her to go check it out. She'll go and say, oh, okay, it's there. Next thing that we have conversation, she'll say, that ain't in the Bible. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. Go ahead and check it out. She'll see it. Say, oh, okay. Then she did that several times. Then it got to the point when she said, is that in the Bible? And I said, yeah. I said, where is that? Then she'd just go check it out instead of saying, no, it ain't. Because she seen every time I said something, it was fact. Then, we was getting to know each other. I had my own place this time. Now, she's taking me home sometime. Usually I was catch the bus across town because I was closer on the east side to where it was because it was on Cass near downtown. But now I'm coming way from practically. I'm coming from Telegraph, so I'm catching the bus over there. So she was like, "Give me a ride home." I said, "Okay, cool." And gave her some change here and there. Now we're getting to know each other. She looking scriptures up. We talk scripture, and really that's me and her foundation. The creator, the scriptures is our foundation. And every man and woman should have a foundation of their relationship. Something that not just sex, something that you do together, that y'all know together or build together. Or if the woman just want to be a part of the man's world, it should be a foundation for your relationship. And I'm just going to give y'all that. So now we're starting to get to know each other and we're building a relationship. And that's where it comes. And then like I said, when it was told to me, and like the two acquaintances, which were friends. Well, one is more, both of them is more of acquaintance, but somewhat friends. But like they said, they told me, get your place, get yourself together, and get everything together, and everything else gonna fall in place, which end up happening. So in a sense, this is the end of the story because I'm with Joanne now. Everything has happened and it was told to me, if the woman you're gonna meet in Detroit. Oh, I didn't get to something that I should get to. I'm just gonna share. But I will say this: that's in 2017. We're growing. At the end of 2017, which in 2000, my sister Irene came to visit, and well, actually, me and Joanne's first, I call it our first date anniversary. Our first date. One anniversary, but our first date was in the first what they call it, the time, because our anniversary of our first date anniversary is always when the clock falls back. That's our first. That was our first date anniversary. When the clock, we didn't know, but it was a friend of mine. That get teas and stuff from me, and waters. She had her own barbershop named Donna. Uh, um, they have parties every year at that time, and we was invited to come out. I invited her to come to me out that time, and not knowing that is always the time of the when the clock falls back. So in 2017 was our first date when the clock fell back, and and we held that every year as our first date anniversary. So that was our first date anniversary every year from that point on. Later on that year in 2017, my sister Irene came to visit. She came to visit. She was staying with me at the time. She got to see the family and everybody, and me and Joanne, all of us got together with her side of the family, which is my step my step family, which is my stepfathers and their family, which still family to me. And this is when we was at it was called an IHOP, or it was on Jefferson at the time. IHOP on Jefferson near Shane. We was all there, and this is when I really announced. It was on the 1st of January 2018. I announced that that was our relationship. That I kind of announced it by putting it on Facebook, just letting everybody know we was together. Letting everybody know we was together at that time. Nobody knew me and her was talking. We grew. We grew from the wedding to going out on the first date, and we just grew together. And nobody knew. Matthew didn't know. Nobody knew. Her sister, nobody knew. She wanted to tell him. I said, no, I don't want nobody to know. I don't want nobody to know. No, we just gonna wait. And then on January 1st, 2018, it's when I actually put you know, us, I put us on Facebook at the time and letting them know about the family and stuff, and that's when we actually let everybody know that we was together, you know. And that's actually, so far as I'm concerned, that's our anniversary date, and letting everybody know that we was together. Um, January 1st, 2018, you know. And everything else from that point on was the introductory to indexing, because once I first got stopped, which is I'll probably do that next week or maybe not, because the story is really done because of where I'm at now. But other than that, no, I think everything else from here on in gonna be on the movie from that point on, because from 2018 we can take it from there, from picking it up from here. And the reason why I want to hold that is because all the court cases, I will say this, all the court cases I dealt with, but first I would say this, before I get to the court cases. 2018, or was it 2019? It was late 2018. I got stopped by the cops. I'm gonna put this out here. I got stopped by the cop. We was coming from where I was coming from banquet service. She was picking me up, going back to the apartment. I got stopped. Pulled me over. Maybe going about 10, no more than 10. I was no more than 10 miles over the limit, if that. The front headlight was out. I didn't know she didn't have no insurance. Still didn't know it. Got stopped. Young cop came up. Your front headlights out now. You're going about 10 miles. I said, really? I didn't realize I was doing that, officer. I always say, hey, officer, how you doing? Always. And so he come up, ask me all that, get my ID, go back. Less than 2 minutes, come back. Have a nice day, sir. Thank you, sir. You have a good day. Bam. I pull off. That was the first time I get stopped. Since indexing, that was the first time I get stopped. Pull off, right? Ella, how you doing? I was thinking about you, and I didn't tell that part of the story. I'm glad you popped up. I forgot to tell this to y'all. Oh, I'm glad she popped up, because I said this, but I forgot this part of the story. Remember when I told y'all, right? Remember when I told y'all that about I recorded the demonic spirit that was in the phone. I forgot to tell you this in 2016. It had to be in 2016 or 2017. Around this time, I'm still doing banquet serving, right? I'm banquet serving with my sister Ella Bella, with my sister Ella, right? Now we banquet serving, right? And I'm telling we all on break, and I'm telling them I got something to tell y'all, man. Yeah, some people I think we was talking about demons or demonic spirits or something like that, and I said I got something. And everybody thought I was joking. Everybody thought I was joking. I said, okay. I pulled my phone out. I said, check this out. I put it on speaker and I played it. They heard everybody like, they was all scared then. I said, y'all thought I was joking, did you? They didn't want to hear it no more, but they seen that it was real. Ella, I wish I could pull you up and say, hey, me. I wish I could pull you up and so you can tell the story, but I'm glad you popped up. That was meant for me to see. She popped up for me to tell that part of the story. And when that happened, and when I played, everybody got nervous and scared when they heard it. I played it on the phone just like that. Played it, they were shocked. So I think that was around 2000, late 2016, sometime in 2017, when that part happened. See, that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why I'm telling the story, so I can remember when I do my book or do my story or what have you, I can actually have a memory to come back to. So I'm glad Ella came up so I can remember that part of the story. Dang, Ella. And I was going to call you today. It was on my mind last night just as I was asleep to give you a call. So I'm glad you popped up on my feed today. So I'm going to call you. It's kind of late now. If I get off, I may call or I may call you tomorrow. Because I know if we get on, we're going to be on for a minute. We talk for a minute all the time. So you want me to call you tonight or you want to wait till tomorrow? Because I'll be getting off in a few minutes. I see yeah, but yeah for what? Tonight, tomorrow, when? It's something I want to share with you. You need to know what I'm about to tell. So let me know what you want me to do. Call you tonight, I can call you tomorrow. I'm about to get off in a few minutes. I'm at the end practically at the end of my story now. I'm telling the story of my life, and I'm at the end of now. So right now I'm at 16 and 17. Nope, 17 and 18, because last week I did 15, 16. This part, whenever I would be okay, cool. So I'll probably call you tonight, maybe, if I'm not tired. If not, I know how you sleep. I know how you sleep hard. So if I don't call you now, I'm definitely going to call you tomorrow. Because it was on my mind to call you today. It just popped on my mind as I was laying down. I need to call Ellen and see how she's doing. So I'm going to give you a call. And there's some things I need to share with you that's going on right now that you really need to be a part of and understand. I'm glad you did get indexed too. She did get indexed. Ella got indexed, yeah. Yeah, you ought to go back and check out some of my stories. I'm sharing my life story, so if I can have stuff just like you just popped up. I remembered about that. I'm trying to remember things so when I do my book or do my and my boy G1, he told me, he said, man, you ought to go ahead and talk about it and make so you can, And I thought, yeah, that'd be good, so I can remember what I need in case there's things that I've forgotten. If I want to do a book or a movie or something like that, I can actually put it all together. So I'm just going over my story now. So I'm at the end of it at this point in time about me and Joanne getting together, connecting. We went out, me, you, and Joanne, and went out a few times. You know what I'm saying? So, just putting it out there. So, this is my story and what I've been through up into where I am now. Like I say, up to where I am now. So I'm up to where with me and Joanne connected, got together, and this is where we at the moment. So I think I'm gonna probably cut it off right here for the story. That is. So this will be the end for the story part. For next week, we'll probably get back to just open conversation, and you know what? It'll be good that just talking about when we get on my Zoom. and we have open conversation. If y'all just want to talk about anything I done talked about, it'll bring more light to information that I may have talked about. So it's good. I just laid everything out so far within these 16, 18 points, 18 from 1 to 18 out of all this information. So it'll be good just to talk about these things, and then I can kind of really come together, you know, especially for those who have been a part of them as well. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get off. We are hour and 30 minutes in on this one. And I believe this is the end of Life of Mikael, question and answers. Today, or this one is 17 and 18. I think last week was 15 and 16. So 17 and 18 is today. And other than that, is there anything you'd like to say, G1, before we go? According to the what's called, yeah, I think we can talk about it next week if we want to have a conversation about it. That way you can go over some stuff, listen to it, make notes, what have you. Next week we have more like information on it, and that's if we're gonna have a question or topic on that. If we talk about it, that'll be 19. That'll be 19 and 20. And we can just have conversation about it. That way it'd be wide open. All my other information is there. Confirmation can come and information can come, and then we can go from there, and then we can talk on that if you like. So we'll probably end it for tonight. And Ella, I'm gonna give you a call, sweetie. I'm gonna give you a call in a few minutes because look like you up wide, like you wide up. What? Look like you up, wide open. So I'm gonna call you when I get off, okay? Because I ain't sleepy yet. So other than that, I'd just like to say that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevail him not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. And if you we're gonna end it first. Let me end it correctly. End it with the benediction. We're gonna end it with the benediction. Let me cut this thing off because it's blowing, but I don't feel no heat. So we're gonna end it with the benediction. And then we're gonna do the Shema on the way out. And then we'll tell everybody how to get in contact with us. And then after I pull off, I'm going to call Ella, and we'll go from there. So other than that, let me go ahead and get this together correctly. This is the priestly's benediction, where the Creator told Moses to tell Aaron and his son to speak to the people. And this is in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. And it states, And Yah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, and say unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, which is his law, and Yah will bless them. And all these things we pray. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shekebo Vakuto Violam Vaed Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah Father is one Father. Blessed be thou glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Father. Bless you for your word. Thank you for all you've done, been doing, the plan to do. Thank you for this road of success and the guidance you have given me to see where I am today. And as you keep leading and guiding me as we go through our life, keep opening the eyes of our people so they can learn to know and do your will and walk in your way. In your holy word we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you, Father. And for everybody else, if you'd like to get in contact with me, just so we can get the last bit of the last. Over Sabbath, y'all. Look like we looking kind of darky over here. There we go. We'll switch y'all up real quick. Put you, excuse me, y'all, right there. Now, yeah, because you was getting a little dark right there. Now, as I was about to say, if you'd like to get in contact with me, you can always call or text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can always email me at lkhyym. That's lkhyym at gmail.com. lkhyym at gmail.com. All right. If you like to check us out, if you like to look at part 1 and part 2 on live, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 and part 2 you'll find on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. There's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And part 1 and part 2 will be on YouTube Live at Juice Pro 33. My YouTube is Juice Pro 33. That's JUICE PRO 33. That's JUICE PRO 33. Right? All together, one word. That's my YouTube live for part 1 and part 2. And please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share on my YouTube live. On my YouTube. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Lakeim _ the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM _ THEJUICE. Excuse me. That's LKHYYM _ THEJUICE. All right, that's Instagram. Now my Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI apostrophe CHAEL space HARRIS. All right. Now that's for part 1 and part 2. Now for the full version, you'll find the full version, which is from Zoom, which is I upload these. The full version from Zoom will be on YouTube as well, which again is JUICE PRO 33 under video. That's on video under YouTube at JUICE PRO 33, all one word all together. And please like, subscribe, and share as I was just sharing. And you can also find us on Instagram, on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter, under the same name, which is Juice Pro 33. JUICE PRO 33, all together. That's JUICE PRO 33. That's X, formerly known as Twitter. And also you'll find us on Patreon. Patreon.com / LKHYYM. That's patreon.com / LKHYYM. Right? And also rumble.com / LKHYYM. That's rumble.com / LKHYYM. 9pm. Now, last but not least, for the medias is TikTok. You can always catch me on TikTok. It's the same as Instagram, which is at Lakaim underscore the Juice. My TikTok, that's one. My first TikTok is at LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. Excuse me. Again, that's at sign LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE for TikTok. And my second TikTok is Michael the Juice Harris. That's Michael the Juice Harris, spelt with first starting with at sign MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's at MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Now, those were the platforms. Now, this is for your Zoom. If you're interested in getting on the Zoom with us, my Zoom is the nights are, should I say, for my Zoom is Sunday, which is like the night after Sunday, which is like tonight was, which is um, Fight Fire with Truth, Open Conversation. Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation on Sundays at 9 p.m. Night after Sunday, actually, or at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Monday nights, Monday at 9 p.m., we have Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael Knowledge of Truth at 9 p.m. And all my information is in the post. If you go into the post, all the posts I share with you, you will see the post and all the information, and you'll see the link to Zoom as well. The only one I know you won't be able to get on from, I know you won't be able to get on from Instagram because that's just straight information there. You can't get no link or anything. Excuse me. Excuse me. So again, that's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, 9 p.m. night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now on Tuesday nights, this is what I want to share with you. Hold Bernard in. Maybe he's still in or he just came in and left. But on Tuesday night, we have Introductory to Solving Class of Knowledge. That's introduction. That's Introduction to Solving Class of Knowledge. And that's on Tuesday evenings. It's night now, but Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. We start off and know that if anybody that comes in or invited in, if you don't have your NDA in, you will be asked to leave after the information of the introductory of the NDA or of what we as we share. So that's just letting it be known. All right. If you ain't got your NDA in, you're not getting no further. We're gonna log you off. If you're not getting any further, then the introductory itself. The introductory, everybody can get taught after that. Anybody who don't have their NDA in, gotta go. So, other than that, that's on Tuesdays. Now and Wednesdays is to be determined. I'm just gonna leave that like that. Wednesdays are to be determined. I will let be known as well. But on the Sabbath, we have the Sabbath, which is the Assembly of the Righteous. Assembly of the Righteous on the Sabbath day, which is at 12 p.m. noon, which is the beginning of the evening. 12 p.m. noon, which is the beginning of the evening. We have the Assembly of the Righteous on the Sabbath, and that's 12 p.m. noon. Other than that, we hope to see you again soon. And this is the end of Mikael's, or should I say, Life of Mikael question and answer. Now, next week, we may have actual question and answers. If anybody have anything to say, if not, we're just going to dialogue and other information. Other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Get ready to say bye to everybody. I know that Zoom, you've been on the longest, so we're probably gonna let you go first. But then maybe next week, if I don't see you tomorrow, but next week when we come back here, we'll have more conversation. And if you got questions, then G1, you got a lot to feed off of to ask questions about. We'll start that next week, and we'll go on until we get to where we at. If y'all want, we'll go from there. But first, I'm gonna say bye to Zoom because it's been on the longest, and that's why I can go ahead and get to Ella in a few minutes. Soon as I get off of these platforms. Other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing eye. Love you. I'll see you in a minute, bruh, and we'll talk soon on Zoom. Peace.
Recording stopped.
Peace and love, bro. Alrighty then. Let's say over since Facebook look like it's giving me it's trying to reconnect, might as well let it go. Right? Well, Facebook, I don't know if you can see me or not, but other than that, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening near, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. See you soon. And always. Peace. Be riding back on my head. Good. All right. Over here on Instagram, I don't know if this is Ella or if this is my brother Bernard. Other than that, y'all hold it down. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of the night and peace and love. Thank you. Appreciate love you and always. Peace. All right. And over here on YouTube Live, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you and see you soon. Always and peace. My eyes getting heavy.